Hello and Assalamualaikum. Today I want to share about the context of Indian civilization to us. India, located between the Indian Ocean and the Himalayas. This country can be divided into North and South India. This means that the Indo civilization grew out of two parts of the area, and its development also saw a significant difference. The name India is derived from Indus, which is derived from the old Persian word Hindu from Sanskrit Sindhu. The ancient Greeks referred to Indians as Indoi. The name Bharat is derived from the name of the legendary king Bharata in Hindu scriptures, Hindustan. In Vedic period, when Hinduism was introduced, fundamentals of Hindu class structure was followed. Maurya period, the only first empire to unify India into one state. In Kushan era, connected the Greco-Roman aesthetic with Buddhist imagery and produced sculpture. Gupta period sculpture and literature. History and artistic design of temple and bronze sculpture, poetry.
Hi guys and Assalamualaikum. My name is Anita. Today I will share to you about overall of Indian civilization. In India, religion is a way of life. It is an integral part of the entire India tradition. For the majority of Indians, religion permeates every aspect of life. Secular India is home to Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and other innumerable religion traditions. Hinduism is the dominant faith, practiced by over 80% of the population. In fact, India has the second largest population of Muslims in the world after Indonesia. Religion is a set of beliefs, symbols, and practice, which is based on the idea of the sacred and which unites believer into a socio-religion community. The sacred is contrasted with the profane because it involves feeling of awe. Rig Veda focus on hymns to the various Vedic deities. Yajurveda details a systematic code and method for worship. Samaveda, hymns of the Vedas put to the song and music. Atharvaveda, systematic codes of mathematics, medicine, science, and social structure. Mantra, hymns to the various deities of the Vedic traditions. Brahmana contain technical details of ritual from simple domestic sacrifice to the complex opulent fire sacrifice. Aranyaka contain theosophical discussion about the true, inner, and esoteric meaning of the fire sacrifice. Upanishad, 108 total, of which 10 are considered ritual texts of metaphysical speculation.
Hi, my name is Nushaira binti Muhammad Aslin. Today I'm going to present about Indian civilization that focused on religious system. Hinduism. It is a diverse system of thought with varying concepts of God, but unified through common beliefs such as the cycle of birth and rebirth, the universality of Brahman. Hinduism is derived from the Persian word Hind for inhabitant of India, does not have a single founder like Abraham or Jesus Christ. There is 4 goals of life in Hinduism, which is first, karma, pleasure, artha, the power, dharma, harmony, and lastly, moksha, liberation. Tenets of Brahmanism. Brahman, the supreme reality of the world soul or absolute being. Atman, the soul or essence of all things which come from Brahma. And Maya is the impermanence and illusory character of the material world. Moksha Hinduism is the possibility of attaining serenity through union with the Absolute, while samsara is the soul is trapped in a cycle of birth and rebirth of individuals. There is many gods in Hinduism religion. Some of them is Ganesha, the pot-bellied elephant god. Ganesha is the lord of success, knowledge and wealth. Shiva. Shiva is represent to death and dissolution, destroying worlds so they may be created by Brahma. But he is also considered the master of dance and regeneration. Surya is the god of creation, Vishnu is the preserver or sustainer of life, and Brahma is the god of creation. Buddhism is the second religious system in India. There is 3 dharmasil in Buddhism religious. First, dukkha, which means we can never be satisfied. Second, anicca, the world is in instability. And the last one is anatta, there is no soul or self. 4 noble truths in Buddhism. First, dukkha, all life is suffering. Dukkha samudaya, find out the causes of suffering. Dukkha nirodha, the ending of suffering. And dukkha nirodha marga, ways to ending the suffering by following the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path in Buddhism. First, right view. Second, right aspiration. Third, right speech. And fourth, right conduct. Fifth, right livelihood. Next, right effort, right recollection. And lastly, right meditation.
Hi, my name is Nur Syahira Fatidi binti Abdul Rajid. This video is going to give you the brief information about the family system in India, so let's check it out. Indian family system was divided into 2 family systems, which is the first one is Ashrama Dharma and the second one is Purusartha. Ashram system including the 4 stages of ideal life of the Hindu. 4 stages of ideal life of the Hindu: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. Brahmacharya is said to be the student life, while Sannyasa is household life, Vanaprastha, retired life, and Grihastha, focus on moksha. These are the descriptions about the 4 stages of ideal life of the Hindu. Brahmacharya, which age around 0 until 24, Grihastha 25 to 49, Vanaprastha 50 to 74, and Sannyasa 75 to 100. Purusartha is the key concept in Hinduism, holds that every human being has 4 proper goals that are necessary and sufficient for a fulfilling and happy life. Purusartha including kama, sensual pleasure or love, artha, wealth, dharma, righteousness or morality, while moksha, liberation from the cycle of reincarnation. So the issue now is this family system is still be applied or practiced in the Indian family system? So now I'm going to read you a WhatsApp from my best friend called Misha. She's currently studying in UPM, taking bachelor degree related to oil and gas. And I asked her about her opinion, does ashram system and Purusartha still be right? And she just answered it just now, and she said that system ashrama dharma is not still applying nowadays because that system are made by Brahmins and the rules are complicated. such as Scienza, where at one age they have to leave all their family and money to get moksha.
A caste system is a process of placing people in a professional group. It has pervaded several aspects of Indian society for centuries. Varna system is a division of society based on occupation and family ancestry. Each caste has its own specific place in society. They would never consider married or working outside their caste. A caste eat together. For example, a high caste Brahmin does not eat with someone at a lower caste. Jati system is based on specialization of occupation or employment. The formation of group classes based on social identity and economic status. The membership of Jati system based on birth of individuals. In this system, there is a social isolation in order to preserve and protect the group or status identity.
Hello everyone! My name is Nur Farah Rehan binti Ahmad Kasbi. I would like to present about art and literature of Sanskrit in Indian civilization. Indian literature is thought to be the earliest literature of the world. That become an important work of Hindu tradition in terms of literature. The Mahabharata is one of the most important epics of India. The great work depicts the struggle of power between two groups of cousins, the Kauravas and the Pandavas in Greater India. It is described as the longest poem ever written. The Ramayana also plays an important role in Hindu literature. It tells the story of Rama, whose wife Sita is abducted by Ravana, the king of Lanka. Ramayana is not just a story. It presents the teaching of ancient Hindu sage in narrative allegory, interspersing philosophical and devotional elements. In conclusion, both the Mahabharata and the Ramayana shows that earthly achievements such as wealth and power mean nothing without a strong moral compass to guide someone.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Siti Mazatul Amira binti Azhar. My matric number is SA17045 and I'll be doing a simple video about arts and literature in Indian civilization.
The Veda is divided into 4 great books: the Rig Veda, the Yajur Veda, the Sama Veda and the Atharva Veda. The Rig Veda focuses on hymns to the various Vedic deities. The grandest book of the Hindus, the oldest and the best. Its style, the language and the tone are most beautiful and mysterious, and it is perhaps the greatest treasure in all the scriptural literature of the world. Its prayers is called Dhotri. Next, the Yajur Veda details a systematic code and method for worship. The study of this Veda shows that the Aryans had acquired knowledge of sacrifices by that time. The Yajur Veda has 2 parts, the white and the black. The term black implies the unarranged, unclear, multi-collection of verses in Yajur Veda, in contrast to the white, which implies the well-arranged, clear Yajur Veda. Next, the Sama Veda, hymns of the Vedas put to song and music. It is mostly borrowed from the Rig Vedic Samhita and is meant to be sung by the Udkatri, the Sama Vedic peers, in sacrifices. The Sama Veda has hymns meant for the peers only who sang them at the time of the performance of yajnas. It tells us much about the music of ancient Aryans. Next, the Atharva Veda is the systematic course of mathematics, medicine, science and social structure. It is meant to be used by the Brahma, the Atharva Vedic prayers, to correct the mispronunciation and wrong performance that may accidentally be committed by the other three prayers of the sacrifice. It contains mantras on three topics: Gana, Karma, and Upasana. It is also a collection of spells and charms which are popular among the people. This Veda believed to be a later composition and contains some non-Aryan material. It seems to have been composed when a synthesis of Aryan and non-Aryan cultures took place. Each Veda consists of 4 sections: the mantra, the Brahmana, the Aryankas, and the Upanishad. Mantra is the hymns to the various deities of the Vedic traditions. It is the hymns in praise of the Vedic god for attaining material prosperity here and happiness hereafter. They are metrical poems comprising prayers, hymns, and incantations addressed to various deities, both subjective and objective. The mantra portion of the Vedas is useful for the Brahmacarians. Next is the Brahmana. Brahmana contains technical details of rituals from simple domestic sacrifices to the complex opulent fire sacrifices involving hundreds of prayers. It is the manuals of Hindu sacramental ritualism. Brahmana portions guide people to perform sacrificial rites. They are prose explanation of the method of using the mantras in the yajna or the sacrifice. The Brahmana portion is suitable for the householders. Next is the Aranyaka. The Aranyaka contains theosophical discussions about the true, inner, and esoteric meaning of the fire sacrifices. The Aranyakas are the forest books, the mystical sylvan texts which give philosophical interpretations of the rituals. The Aranyakas are intended for the vanaprasthas or hermits who prepare themselves for taking sannyasa. Lastly, in this section is the Upanishad. It is a text of metaphysical speculation and the foundation of the Hindu philosophical and spiritual authority. The Upanishads are the most important portion of the Vedas. The philosophy of the Upanishads is sublime, profound, lofty, and soul-stirring. The Upanishads speak of the identity of the individual soul and the supreme soul. They reveal the most subtle and deep spiritual truths. The Upanishads are useful for the sannyasins.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wanar Nasuha binti Wan Azmi. The Arts and Literature of Dravidian. So, get ready guys. First is Tokapiam. The first grammar book and references that to this year. It have two leading terms, which is Tokapiam Akam and Puram. So we go for the first is Tokapiam Akam. It's applied in the house, a place and agriculture area, but for Puram, it is the factor outside of life and is inspired from the basic principle of the love. For Tirukural, the classic literature is important and the oldest in the Tamil literature. It's become the book of life to Tamil people. It's also having complex 1313. It have 130 chapters and is also divided into 3 parts, namely the truth, statehood, and love. For this is the example of the conclusion that we can get from one of the famous books. For this is an example of the Dravidian agriculture that still can be seen in today's life. So from this we can make a conclusion that literature Dravidian is one of the language that should be brought in today's life.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Salsabila binti Muhammad Rani. My metric number is SA17037. I'll be making video about metallurgy and physics in Indian civilization.
The development and use of chemical is not limited in activities in metallurgy. Iron pillar at the head is an example of the skills of India. They have expertise in the field of metallurgy. For example, copper, gold and silver, zinc, iron, woods and steel. But I will explain about the copper. Copper is the first element to be discovered in metallurgy. Copper and its alloy were also used to create copper bronze images such as Buddhas or Hindu-Buddhist deities. In physics,
In atom field, the concept begins with the material that consists of 5 elements which are earth, prithvi, fire, agni, air, vayu, water, jal, and space, aksha. All these elements related to the senses of the human, such touch, smell, vision, feel, and space. Philosophers such as Canada and Katarina produced the theories of atomic energy. Concept of 5 elements. All matter in this universe is composed of 5 basic elements, which are earth, prithvi, water, jal, fire, agni, air, vayu, and ether, akash, except living things who are blessed with an eternal soul also.
Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. My name is Izzatul Wahidah bint Abdul Basit and my ID number is CB1716. I'm going to present about the achievement and contribution of Indian civilization to the world in science and technology. My part is mathematics and astronomy. An important field of knowledge and ancient Indians made valuable contribution to it. They developed modern math system and theorem. Indian civilization is the first to use the concept symbol of zero, numbering system, algebra and trigonometry. For example, Hindu-Arabic numerals, it was created by Indians, brought to Europe by Arabs and China. Example for mathematician is Aryabhata, Brahmagupta and Bhaskara too. Indian classic astronomy was recorded in the Maurya age until the dynasty Mughal. Some of their theories is Aryabhata, Aryabhatiya and Panchasindatika. Indian identifies 7 planets in solar system. They could predict the eclipse of the sun and the moon. Aryabhata is the one of the most famous Indian astronomers. In the past, they correctly argued that the Earth rotates on its axis and revolves around the sun.
Hi everyone, my name is Amira Shafiqah binti Jamaluddin. My ID number is SB17080 and today I'm going to present about the achievement and contribution of Indian civilization to the world in architecture and medicine.
This is Taj Mahal, which is one of the contribution of Indian civilization to the world that we can see nowadays. Taj Mahal was built in 1651 and the construction project employed some 20,000 artisans under the guidance of Ustad Ahmad Lahori. And during this time, there is no technology and they only depends on the mankind energy. And the trigonometry combination of their structure are admired by all the people around the world. And the construction of this Taj Mahal was inspired by the Humayun's Tomb Delhi, which is a combination of Persian and Indian architecture. And this Humayun Tomb Delhi was designed by the great Persian architect, which is Mirab Mirza Ghias. Other example that we can see is from the design of the buildings of Ajanta caves and also temples, Hindu temples. In medicine, Indian civilization practiced Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a Sanskrit word derived from 2 roots, Ayur which means life and Veda which means knowledge. The effectiveness of Ayurveda was first recognized after 1970 and the first surgeon is Sushruta had explained have 120 surgical instruments, 300 surgical procedures
and the medical tools for surgery that have been produced during the Indian civilization is curved needle by the Jabamukhi Salaka. They believe that world is composed of 5 states of matter. First is ether, akash, air, vayu, earth, prithvi, water, jal, and fire, agni. And there are 3 important doshas from these 5 states of matter, which is vata, that composed of water and space, pitta, fire and water, and kapha, water and earth.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurati Management. Today I would like to give some presentation about Indian contribution from shaping the modern world. So let's look at my presentation.
Religious tolerance. We can say that whilst Buddhism has historically sought to seek convert through peaceful persuasion, and which in the religion do accept conversion to their faith, it is undebated fact that in India, religions and philosophical thinkers, they will able to enjoy perfect, nearly absolute freedom for a long period. So this is what is philosophical thinkers. Also, they think that we can able to enjoy perfect, nearly absolute freedom for a long period from this Indian civilization. In terms of medicine, Ayurveda is known as a comprehensive scientific medicine system indigenous to India. The term Ayurveda means knowledge of life, which comprises 2 Sanskrit words, which Ayu means life and Veda means knowledge or science. For Veda is considered as an oldest literature, which you can see there, and contain information about natural remedies. Ayurveda was established as a fully grown medicinal system.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Siti Nabiha binti Muhammad Nafia and my ID number is CB17089. Today I'm going to present about India in modern world, which is politics and economy. And the first one is the politics, which is India is the world's largest democracy, and according to the UN estimates, its population is expected to overtake China's in 2038 to become the world's most population nation. At first, India is a democracy, but in 1950, India declared itself as a republic. On this day, the Constitution of India came into force. Today, it is a federation of 28 states and 7 unions, territories, and formally, the federation is known as a union. India Parliament consists of 2 houses. The lower house called the Lok Sabha and the upper house called the Rajya Sabha. In the national election, candidates are chosen for the lower house. The candidates are elected in territorial constituencies. These are 543 territorial constituencies. 2 members from the Agro-Indian community are nominated in the lower house by the president. The upper house Rajya Sabha consists of up to 250 members. Of these members, 230 are elected by the state legislatures and about 15 are nominated by the president. In economy, as a rising economic powerhouse and nuclear armed state, India has emerged an important regional power. India has a $2 trillion economy, one of the biggest in the world. It's also one of the BRICS. The BRICS are a group of countries with the biggest economic growth potential. The countries are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. India is also a member of many international financial institutions like the World Trade Organization, the International Monetary Fund, and the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank.